Every year at the SEMA Show, we stop at gear vendors because they make a great product. And this year we got the chance to talk to Jeff Lutz and Dave Schroeder, who are both drag week winners. And a lot of that's because of gear vendors. And in all, gear vendors, these types of cars around drag week kind of help move the entire performance industry to push the envelope and make cars more powerful and more drivable. So, you guys, what's your take on how that helps the industry?
Without gear vendors, you couldn't have low 6-second cars driving the street because, the heat's immense and you need that extra gear to get the RPMs down. And when your RPMs go down, your heat in the motor also goes down. And the fuel economy, it goes down as well. But yeah, Rick has done such good things for Hot Rod Drag Week. I don't think Hot Rod Drag Week would be as big as it is without Rick, because the product that he gives us is just amazing, and it's bulletproof.
The gear vendors keeping the revolutions down, getting it down the road is a real challenge with these cars, and they just allow the motors to make it the week. And 1,200 miles is no small feat.
Yeah, in a car that the motor makes 3,000 horsepower. It's amazing, and like he said, being a nitrous car, every pound counts. But when you go talk about the gear vendor, it don't matter. It could be 100 pounds. You don't care.
Yeah,
You've got to have it.
Yeah, the gear vendor is definitely a very indestructible piece.
Absolutely.
I think they rate them at 2,500 horsepower, but you guys have run more than that.
I know I'm putting more than that down. Yeah.
One of the things when I was looking at your cars, you talked about heat.
Yes.
And I know you run methanol track, no cooling system, but out on the street on pump gas, how difficult is it to keep that car cool?
It's not hard at all. That car, I pull that fuel cell out, plug a radiator in it. It runs down the highway at 75 mile an hour at 170 degrees, 180 degrees. It's amazing.
This year in the heat, we were running 180.
Yeah.
And at night, as soon as the sun went down, we were running 160. Really, it takes a while to figure out the cooling system. But
it does.
Once you got it, these big motors.
Right. You guys, you're over 800 cubes, right?
872. Yeah.
And you're 600.
No, 540.
540.
Little guy.
And then heat, not just for the car, but for the drivers. Because when you talk about weight,
that's brutal. That's the worst part about driving. Everybody says that got to be uncomfortable. That's the most comfortable car I ever drove. But when you're sitting in there, it's 200 degrees. I mean, it's brutal.
So we talked about how the gear vendors is the part of this car that's not going to break. What are the types of things you guys fight on a regular drag week trip? What breaks all the time?
Like, we're both veterans, so there's three things you got to do. You got to make it cool, you got to keep it cool, and you got to keep it charged. I mean, that's the two biggest things. Have a good alternator, you got to have good fans, you got to have a good radiator. And those two things, going fast is the easy part.
I think oil is one of those things that most car guys don't really understand properly. So what do you look at with oil between track and street driving? Is the same stuff? How do you start with it?
Well, we're running the same stuff. We change it every day.
Yes.
And we're looking at it and seeing how happy it is. But it's cheap insurance to swap out the oil.
I know I've monitored oil temperature before, and it's 250 degrees.
Just street driving.
Just going down the road.
Wow.
So you want to get rid of that stuff as fast as possible. You don't want to make a 3,000 horsepower pool after driving off the street.
What's something that you look at first, besides tuning and that sort of stuff, like the car itself, weight or something? Where's the place you try the most to get weight out of it?
The entire car. I mean, weight's a big issue for us too. But if you start out with something light, it's good, because like when I strip this down to race it, it's at 2,600 pounds. So it's not meant for that.
And we're about 2,700 pounds with me in it. It's a real Corvette body at the back,
that's
though,
the real
back
deal.
half of that. So that, you look inside, it's got all the steel reinforcement, the B-pillar and everything. And that's probably a couple 100-pound weight penalty for this car. But yeah, I mean, it's a big deal changing the body, and it's kind of cool saying, hey, it's a real
really
Corvette
thought it was
body.
an aftermarket body all this time.
That's the real deal. That's what makes that car so cool.
It is cool. I like it even more now. Well, really appreciate you guys bringing the cars out.
No problem.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
It's great.